Hey guys, it's me, Tam, here, and I'm back with probably what should be my last custom LEGO Star Wars set review before I leave for school. I've already filmed like a 20-minute video for the UCS Falcon. I'm just waiting for a good time to show that off. You know, saving the video for a good time, but this is something I threw up this really quickly this weekend. And it is the Justifier. Cad Bane ship from Star Wars The Bad Batch. It has 3 figures and a very clunky looking droid. I think it's Toto 360. I think they would most definitely have to make this a special mold, because sitting here for like 20 minutes trying to build this, it's yeah, let's forget about that. Let's go on to the figures though. First up here we got Cad Bane and his Bad Batch outfit, also the outfit he was going to wear in the Clone Wars, in the Bounty Hunter series, or episode, which is canon. You know, like he got shot, he and Boba Fett had their duel, and they both survived, some in worse shape than others, but yeah, so he'd have his black little headband thing, you know, that wraps around his head. I don't know how they could do like the little silver metal patch on his head. I don't think they would. They would just have to keep it black, because it's, you know, it wouldn't look right if it was just a sliver of it here. So it's just like, not really, why bother, really. But so he has these pistols to represent his pistols. I'm sure there's better piece probably, but yeah. And he'd also have his little, I think he still has the little, the oxygen mask or whatever. But so you can see he uses the torso from the Nimoidian soldier warrior dude from the Vulture droid from 2014, and the legs from Kanan. Obviously Cad Bane's hat and hair, or hat and head, and then gunmetal gray arms and gray hands. So yeah, that's Cad Bane. Next up we have Hunter. This would probably be the exact same figure from the Bad Batch shuttle, except I did forget his hairpiece. This is a hairpiece I've been using since I watched the Lost, you know, the original arcs of the Bad Batch before Clone Wars was even returning. And yeah, it's basically Cole's hair from the Ninjago movie. It really does represent his hair, just without the, you know, if it didn't have the bun, it would be perfect, really. Because yeah, this does look really good whenever you cover up the bun. It just needs like a red bandana. Obviously he's just using the normal clone face. He doesn't have the little black thing on the side, or, you know, like the tattoo. But that would probably be present. And the helmet is just a normal Phase 2 helmet. Looks like the Geonosian Trooper helmet. And this was actually something I colored up years ago whenever the Clone Wars was announced to be returning. And I just never really uploaded the reviews of the set I made. But he has the backpack, and that's actually so you can put either his gun there or you can put his knife. Yeah, I'll put his gun there. And yeah, then his torso and legs are just Death Trooper torso and legs, because I just quickly threw this together. But yeah, Hunter would be in here, so that would be another way to get Hunter. And then the third figure would be Omega. I feel like the set would actually come with 3 figures, you know, because LEGO does like to skimp out on figs. And it could come with Fennec Shand, but I feel like we can keep her exclusive to the Light Cruiser, since there's not many exclusive figures to that set. We can bring Hunter back because he's one of 5 exclusive figures. Like all the figures in the shuttle are exclusive. So I feel like it's okay to put at least one of those in here, because the Moff Gideon's Cruisers doesn't have very many desirable figures. But so yeah, and then here we have Omega. She's the missing member of the Bad Batch. This was quickly thrown together. She has Sabine's head, Luke's hair, and then Ventress's torso. And I think this is pretty good. I threw these figures together from memory, so forgive me if they're inaccurate, but let's get to the Justifier, Cad Bane's ship. I could only go off of the episode, really. It comes with 2 spare spring-loaded shooters, actually in the light blue color. I found these. But, yeah, I used every possible image that was out there of it to make this, and I think it ended up pretty nice. You can see it's got a very distinct shape, where it actually uses basically the 4x6 pieces in black. I would prefer these to be in gray, but black works too. And you can see I just used gray to cover those up, and there's a whole lot of tan and a bit of light gray. You can see the spring-loaded shooters there. The way that they fire off are, you see these things here. You just push down, and it launches. Basically, it pushes down on it's a plunger, and it pushes down on a little lever that pushes on top of the actual shooters. You can see it's got the little pie thing, or the Oreo thing. And in the back, it's got this huge engine. It's currently displayed in flight mode. It uses the ATST walker joints to actually move, to put in, so this is how you put it into landed mode. It angles all the way down to where the engines, the backs of the engines are actually on the ground. And yeah, this was actually what I started out with because I wanted to get this part out of the way. And yeah, so you can see that there. Once again, it just uses, yeah. They have a neat little design over here, just like, you know, a little greebling. I'm actually going to fire spring-loaded shooters. And I'll show you the mechanism once I get inside. And over here's the boarding ramp, which I'm happy to say I did get in. I didn't think I would be able to, but I ended up being able to do it. I'm actually going to put this back into flight mode. Uh-oh. So, yeah. This is just a bunch of sideways building, kind of. A bit. You can see on the sides, it's very simple cannons. This thing is bent, actually. This cannon turret thing. And it's got these little tiny panel for just the little wing piece. And if you want, you could easily just remove this. You don't need it on here. It's just 4 Technic pins that attach it. On the roof, there's just one of these just to get better interior access. And then you can put the figures in to the cockpit. You know, you can put Cad Bane in there. You can't really get them from removing it up top, so it's easier to just slide them in through the front. And he even fits in there with his hat. You can close it up. And then on the inside, there's actually only 1 clip, not 2. I just realized this, but there's actually enough space for like 1 or 2 figures to stand behind him. And they can actually stand too. There's ample room for standing figures. If you wanted. Obviously, he's the only other figure. He's the only figure that would go in here, other than Omega. But she's got her special place. You can see there's this paneling. This is just to, you know, finish this off, smoothing it out. Uh-oh. Ooh, okay. Once again, here's the plunger thing. And I'll hinge this up so you can see it. You can see that's the plunger. What it does is it pushes down on this, which would push down on the tails, which would be sticking out of there. And you can see there's actually a hole here, because it actually is like the little engineering thing, like on the Millennium Falcon on either side. I just did some little greebling. They're both different. But yeah, here's the little intake on the engine. It's, you know, she sees the little hinged pieces. And then there's 4, you know, outside things. And to get to the interior, you just, oh, okay. Well, I forgot, you have to actually put it in landed mode to access the interior. And you're going to want to hinge these out a bit so that it actually has room to actually hinge upwards. And here you can see the interior. Once again, this is hollow. This is not really usable space. You can see more of the mechanism there. But yeah, really it's just this small area here. You can't access the cockpit from here. There's a little hole there if you want. There's a little clip in there. And here's actually the prism where you can put Omega, or the cell. So you can put like Omega and Toto 360 in there. But yeah, and then you can actually also remove the bars pretty simply. They're just on there by 2 studs. And they just use lightsaber blades as the bars. Actually, there's also a little, you know, storage piece in here if you want, for whatever reason. I just realized it doesn't really make sense because then the prisoner has access to it. But, you know, it works. I maybe could have put a chair in here. Maybe I should have, just to have extra stuff in there. Here. There we go. There's another chair in there for whatever reason. I don't know. But yeah, you can just see more of the Technic structuring. But yeah, I feel like this would be like a 72 to $100 set, like in that range. I don't think they'd make it any higher than 100 without it being not good. But it's got a lot of parts, mainly because I kind of cut corner. You know, the way that I build, it's just I don't really have the planning thing to like make it to where there's a lot of hollow parts. I like to fill in stuff, but realistically, I think it would be a $70 or $80 set. And it has good figures, not a large selection, but I think realistically it would not have a large selection. Not only because there's not many figures to represent the scene, but also because, you know, it's just that's how LEGO works. But thank you for watching. I'll see y'all later. Bye.